So there's been a lot of talk about the rapture lately, and here are 7 reasons why the rapture is not happening, and more specifically, why you can't predict it to a specific day and year. Here's a good classic, 88 reasons why the rapture's in 1988, and then the follow-up book the next year when it obviously didn't happen, On Borrowed Time by the same author, this guy down here, Edgar C. Weisenholt. I don't know. He wrote 4 or 5 different books in 1988, then 1989. Then he took a break because obviously it failed twice, and had another book in 1992 because the end was about to come in 1994 with nuclear war. So here you go. Here is a poster for the date in October 28th, 1992. I don't know if it's related to his book from the previous guy or this is someone else's prediction, but you can see that yeah, crazy really. And then we've got Harold Camping, a name you might be familiar with, who wrote about 1994 being the end of time, which obviously it wasn't. And I didn't actually realize this was the same guy who, if you remember, paid for all these billboards in America because the end of day was meant to be in May 2011, and apparently the Bible guarantees it. He then subsequently changed his date by miscalculating and changed it to September that same year, which obviously didn't happen still. Here's another classic, The Late Great Planet Earth by Hal Lindsey. I think this was published in 1988 as well. And he had some predictions for 1992 or 1994. These were popular years for some reason. Here we go. Another one by that guy from the beginning, Edgar Weisenholt. The Final Shout, 1989, 1991, 92, 93. Covering all his bases, just in case. And just to add some arrogance to the hubris, the Edgar guy, who made all these predictions and wrote lots of books about it, has a quote from him, which... where's it gone? He was quoted saying, "Only if the Bible is in error am I wrong, and I say that to every preacher in town. And if there was a king in this country, I could gamble with my life. I would stake my life on Rosh Hashanah, the September feast of the Jews that he was predicting the rapture would appear on." He also sold 4.5 million copies of that book, 88 Reasons, and he sent 300,000 for free to every preacher across America that he could get his hands on. So he really spread his beliefs far and wide, and I wonder if that's maybe why it's so ingrained in American society, that in a way that we don't see like here in the UK and other parts of the world. Same with dispensationalism and all that, with Darby and Nelson Darby and Schofield, taking their beliefs across and spreading them through their study Bibles across America, selling millions of copies, handing out free copies to all the churches. They really pushed their agenda and doctrines, and they got it really ingrained in like early fledgling American society, and now it's just so ingrained in the evangelical mindset that it's just full of false prophets and people making a profit off their false prophecies. So there you go. A bunch of reasons why it's likely not to be happening this month or this year, because everyone's predicted it for decades, and obviously you can say it's not the end yet, but the end will come because it's always going to be future, but it's only going to happen by coincidence that someone's going to say a day and it actually is that day, not because they got it right. Anyway, I'm just ranting now. But anyway, there you go. Lots of reasons why you probably shouldn't believe everyone on TikTok that says they've got the exact date.